Hi, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. If you want to share me out, share me out. Um, make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you want to share me out, share me out. Y'all, I got time today because I ain't got to do schoolwork, but I definitely want to talk about this because this is very eye opening and very, it should mean something to people that is experiencing stuff like this. Like, I'm gonna, it's very sad. Like, um, it's very sad that Kirk Franklin, experienced what he experienced. Like, honestly, like, but come on in, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. If you want to share me out, share me out. How everybody doing on today? Um, I'm just waiting for people to come in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in, and if you can. I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes. Hopefully everybody have. Uh, Hopefully everybody see my community post and went ahead and watched that video. If not, go on my community post and make sure you watch that video. I definitely want to give my thoughts to this. So it's a very sad and unfortunate situation, and I definitely want to go live and tell you guys about it and give my thoughts. Ugh, y'all, I got dogs. So let me just wait a minute or two. Hey Anastasia, how you doing, love? I'm doing good. How are you, love? How are you today? Um, how are you today? Mm-mm. You ain't got no shirt on. Go. You ain't got no shirt on. This would mess up my life. No, go sit down. Anastasia. I don't know if you listen to the Kirk. I don't know. Have you heard of Kirk Franklin? I don't know. Oh, that's okay. Guess what? We was we was so tipsy that shoot. Let me text Reese live that I get it. Child, I get it. Um, I was kind of like tipsy myself. I didn't drink, like I said, them vibes. It's only take one vibe, and it'll do it for me. That's it. Um, Hey, hey, Trisha, how are you? You did, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Um, yeah, I understand. That's I understand, but I come on here. Child, I don't want to move my laptop because it might just reset. I came on here to talk about Kirk Franklin, and I don't know if did Trisha Anastasia, did you see my community post? I should have texted you, but I'm gonna read some of his story because, like, that story was very heartbreaking for me, and it tells you a lot about childhood trauma, and it tells you a lot about why some people like have issues and are the way that they are. Like some people, like childhood trauma is real. And I'm gonna say this, as a parent myself, um, you don't know who he is. He's a gospel recording artist. Um, and he is very well known. But you'll listen to the story, you'll be pissed off at his damn mama. And I'm about to read some of his story so we can just kind of recap, and we'll talk about childhood trauma, how it does affect your mental health, any kind of trauma that is not that's not good, how it affects you who a child, and how it affects abuse. Physical abuse can cause trauma. Emotional abuse can cause trauma, and it can lead. No, he didn't pass away. He found his father, and I'm gonna read the story so we can so you can kind of know. And I'm gonna pull his picture up if my computer let me do it, child. If my computer let me do it. Yeah, I know this computer. I'm waiting if the Lord say I am gonna buy me another laptop. Um, this is Kirk Franklin and his father, and he's finally found his father. And the man that, like, it's so fucked up how his mama did. Like, it doesn't really mess with me. Like, she had this man thinking that another man was his father, and this man basically went to the grave knowing that his son, that Kurt Franklin was his son, and he wasn't a part of his life. But I'm gonna read the story so we can talk about it. And if you're watching the replay, please hit the like button. Um, and if you want to comment, please. Nothing. Please be positive. We need positivity. Um, so the documentary started about Kurt Franklin back wanted to start on a new album, and he said that someone that sings for him, one of his like an aunt or something like that, had had passed away, and one of his singers told him that it's this guy named Rick, and that Rick is saying that he is his father, and he's saying that he said he didn't go to the funeral because he knew his mother was there. He's been estranged from his mother for like 23 years. 23 years, You are estranged from your mother. And I see why. And I see why while we're talking about it. I'm trying to get the picture so you'll show. Um, so it says here that it says here he had a videographer capturing the moment. And I'm just going to read this. He said here, this is my first time I had a behind the scenes videographer capturing contents from the making of a project. Kirk Franklin is 53 years old and working on his 13th album. He said, I recorded the first song in March, then April, everything shifted and became something I could never plan for. He said, what the camera ended up capturing was an intense emotional journey. The star went on after suddenly learning who his real biological father is. Um, let's see. He said he also saw it was an opportunity to reconnect with his estranged eldest son, Carrion, who was 35, whom he hadn't seen in a decade. It says here, Kirk Franklin was compiled the footage from these events into a short YouTube documentary. He did. If y'all want to watch the video, all y'all have to do is look up Kirk Franklin Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story. Child, I would play it, but they say all copyrights is on to him, child, and I ain't gonna get struck down. So it says here now, Kirk Franklin is sharing with people what it all had taken to get to this point, along with the exclusive clip for the moment. I can't play that either because I ain't gonna do it. He said, like when he first started, like when the video first started, like he talked about how his mother had called him and said, "Hey, if it's a rumor out there, and if you don't, if you need to know anything about the rumor, please give me a call." Said that the guy Rick reached out to whomever the person that was that went to the funeral or whatever, and said that he took swabs and gave it to the person and told him to give for Kirk to give the paternity test. So this is the picture. I'm finally coming up. This is Kirk Franklin and this is his father. His name is Rick. And it goes on the story, he's still trying to do this album. And he said that he always had trauma, childhood trauma. And he said if this man is his father, that means that his mama lied to him again. So he said that he always, wanted a sense of belonging. He was adopted by an elderly woman. Um, and his mom was young when she had him, and she really didn't have a relationship with him. He said before he even became to fame, like he was behind a child support, he was homeless, he was struggling in life before he became famous. So, as the story went on, okay, so we get to another scene where he's at home, and this is the first paternity test. The first paternity test, the doctor called him and said, hey, this man is 99.99% your father. And Kirk Franklin was like in shock. He was basically like, are you serious? Like, my mama told me that this man, like, it was this man that was like about to die. Yeah, about to die. He was about to die. His mama said that this man all these years was his father. And he said that man went to the grave. That man went to the grave thinking that he wasn't supposed to be he wasn't a part of his son's life. But he said that, that's wrong. And so he said, so you're telling me that this man is my father? They was like, yeah, he's 99.99%. That is your father. Says here that So it says here, when Franklin was 6, he was introduced to a man his biological mother said was his biological father. He said, I didn't see him again until I was 13, and then he started showing up at concerts after my first album came out. He says, I was angry at the fact that I did not have a father, and he would dare show up once my life seemed to have some sense of order. Same for my biological mother. Franklin says she too began to turn up more as his career took off. He said it was traumatic for me. So that's fucked up to me. That is so fucked up. Excuse my language, but that's fucked up. So this boy been longing for parents in his life. He was adopted. He really didn't have a sense of belonging. He felt that he didn't belong to anyone. He was a motherless and fatherless child. And then when he been homeless, he been needing help. But soon as he get a leg up in life, y'all bring y'all dusty asses. I don't even care. Y'all bring y'all dusty asses to the concerts to reconnect after his first album, because of the fact that he's being more successful in his life. His life wouldn't have turned out the way that he did. Even though you were a teen mother, you gave him away. You still should have been active enough, or let him know that you still wanted to be a mother. He belonged to you. I don't know what type of mama this is, baby, but she done pissed me the hell off. I definitely want to say that. You're going to show up at the concerts when he started being famous, but when he really needed you in life, your ass didn't show up. And then that's why I said and he said that he had issues, he have trauma, he don't know how to love. And this is the reason why some people don't know how to love. This is why kids don't know how to love. Because we have these fucked up ass parents that only give a fuck about themselves. They don't know, they're only worried about a man, or they give them up for adoption because they can't take care of them because they done had too damn many and don't know who the damn baby daddy is, or trying to keep them away from the baby daddy because of who he with. And then you don't miss that. This man done miss out on opportunity to be with his father, but his damn mama is so ignorant and stupid. And I definitely want to say that. He said the man Franklin long thought was his biological father died in recent years, but while recording his new album, he found out a singer he had hired from his hometown told him that she met a man at a funeral who said he once dated Franklin's mother. The man's name was Richard Hubbard, and he's lived in the same neighborhood Franklin grew up in all of his life. So this man was down the damn street, down the street, down the street. And the mama, ain't nobody told him nothing about nothing, about who his mother is, his father is, or none of that. He's just gonna let this man think that this man that was in the grave is his father. And that's not true. That is not true. So it says here, as the rumors swirled that he might in fact be the star's father, Hubbard submitted a DNA test. The results were a 99.9% match. You didn't see the whole thing? Oh, okay. Match for paternity. It says here, he said to live over half a century with somebody who lived in the same city as you, says Frank, who's still grappling with the news. I suffered so much as a young man without guidance. Fathers, mothers, look at this. This man said that he didn't have guidance to how to be a man because his mom gave him up and then denied his father to have the opportunity to help him and guide him to be a man. And I understand there's some men out there that don't know how to be a man themselves, because guess what? Because the cycle never damn ends. That's just real. And that's just true. Okay. Okay. So can y'all hear me? Um. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, it's ready. Okay. He said. So he said I struggled with love, intimacy, faith, identity, and to know the answer was less than 10 minutes away. And that is sad. We don't know what trauma we bring on our children. Ooh, like, ooh, I'm just gonna try not to be emotional, but like, we are the pivotal people. We are the people that create the adults that come into this society. If we don't show our children love, how are they gonna know how to love? If we don't show our kids compassion and show them how to be strong and show them the guidance and things that they need and not feel like they are a hindrance in your life more than a blessing, they're going to become adults that lack empathy. They're going to have adults that are abusive, adults that are not accepting of themselves. If we as parents, and I understand that, back in the day when they were young and you got pregnant, you got shipped off somewhere till you had the baby and then you come on back. And then they'll just give the baby up for adoption. And, it's frowned upon back in the day when teenagers had children. But you have to live with your choices. This man wanted a sense of belonging. He didn't feel like for 53 years, he never felt like he belonged because he was missing something. And when you're missing something, and you don't, and his thing was he just wanted to be known that he just want his father. He wanted to, his mama is who she is, but he just wanted his father. So, it says here the documentary captures an emotional first meeting. They did meet, and um, Kirk Franklin did speak to his aunt. I forgot her name, but she was like he called her son, and she wanted to make sure that he called her auntie. And I'm like, if you don't have that auntie relationship, man, as long as he calling you by your name, man, the respect is enough. You know. Um, it says here that between the Star and Hubbard, who was 14 or 15 when Franklin was born. So the daddy was 14 or 15 when Franklin was born. Said he never knew he fathered a child at that time. He is a great guy, Franklin Hubbard said, who also has a daughter. She's been honest about how hard this is for her as well, learning not only does she have a brother, but that her brother is Kirk Franklin. Despite knowing the truth, Franklin says things aren't perfect, as shown in the documentary. Now here comes the mom. Now here comes the mom. The the biological mother refuses to accept the DNA results even after a second DNA was completed. It says here that this woman, I swear to God, y'all watching that documentary, I could have came through that phone and slapped her. How you gonna not what Dana say? She talking about how could that even be? How could that even happen? He ain't your father. Now, ma'am. Now you can't deny Dana. You cannot deny DNA. She sat there and denied it twice that this man that she ever knew this man. She denied the DNA. She said that he was not his father, but maybe she was seeing sleeping with multiple young boys. I'm gonna just keep it real. She might have was a 304. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about nobody mama, but let's just keep it real. When situations like this, she may have been a 304 and don't want to admit that she was a 304 and didn't know who her baby daddy is. They may have ran a train on her and she didn't know who really dumped inside of her. Get what I'm saying? And so she thinking that it was that previous guy who she probably really wanted, but it was him. So I just honestly do feel that, you know, um, that the mom, she was in denial, but I do feel that she's ridiculous. You'd rather go to your grave saying that somebody is not somebody's father when DNA has been proven, scientific evidence, child, that this man is his dad. And Kirk Franklin said that, so like when they met with him and the auntie, um, Jayla, um, when she met with him and the auntie, met with him in the office, like Rick was there, but she never did say that in Rick's face that he was not the father to Kirk. But she got after he left, because Rick said that it's all about Kirk, and when he wants to, foster a relationship, it's going to take steps. Because think about it, this man, 53 years he lost out of his son's life, and this man probably 79. If he was 14. He almost 70. And yeah, he almost 70. He almost 70. And think about it. Out of 53 years he's been out of his son. Time, you can't make up for time. But you can start right now trying to build a relationship. His father, you know what I'm saying? You can't make up for the years that the father was there. I know a lot of people like, well, the father may have known. The father didn't know if the girl hid it. And nobody told him. They may have just, dated or slept together, and it is what it is.
Mommy, look, we got this. Right quick.
Come on, get on.
No.
So
go. Stop, Jamel.
So it says here that
wake up.
The mom says she's very adamant that this man is not my father. He says, I have not heard or talked to her since the second test result. And that's true, because in that little YouTube documentary, he said, you can't give me this. She was like, no. He was like, he said, if you can't give me this, then there will be no more hugs, there'll be no relationship, there'll be no more son and mother, nothing. And she said, okay. So she said, if that's the case, then I guess I won't have you. And I'm like, so you rather. That's why I know she's selfish, because there's no way I would miss out on the opportunity to be with my kids, because I don't want to admit that I did things that wasn't right, or I was out there in the world at the time as a teenager being promiscuous or being a 304, And now, now you rather go to your grave and not have the relationship with your son. Kirk may not even show up at his mama's funeral. That's how, because of the fact that she lied to him and said that one man was his father, and come to find out another man was, and he missed out on 53 years with his father because his mama was a liar. Now it did go to the story where, after all that, after the second paternity test and everything, that Carry-On, who is Kirk Franklin's son, y'all know that they've been in the headlines going back and forth. Kirk Franklin cousin Carry-On out. But, they always had a kind of a rough relationship, because when you don't know how to love, when you don't know, when you have trauma that you're still dealing with and you're trying to figure it all out, it spill over into your children. And you don't know how to your kids are lacking because you're lacking. Like Kirk was lacking a sense of belonging because he wanted to know who his father was. He didn't get the opportunity to get mama's love. Mama love matter. Daddy love too. But when you have no parent that show up for you and you're adopted and you seem like you're a nuisance to the person that have adopted you, it does something to a child. And when you become an adult and you have experienced all the things that Kirk said that he has experienced, you don't know how to be. You have to he goes to therapy, but you have to really work on your traumas because if not, it'll spill over. It'll spill over into your relationship with your children. It'll spill over into your relationship with people because you don't know how to give people something that you ain't never had. This man ain't never had a father's love, so he couldn't guide his son the way that he needed to be guided because he ain't never had father's love, and he ain't never had mama love. His mama lied, and she was in and out. Only time she wanted to show up into a goddamn concert and try to hand woman probably some money. Oh, that's my son who is the multi-platinum producer, singer. You want to show up then, but you didn't show up him when he needed you the most. And see, and that's what I want to say, stop traumatizing our children. Show up for your children. Show up for your children. Or they will become, as an adult, be traumatized adults that don't know how to love, don't know how to respect people or themselves. They don't know how to go about life. They wouldn't know how to give someone a proper greeting, a hug. They wouldn't know how to have some type of emotion because they ain't never had that. Um, and so that would I think that that was spilled over into Kirk's life with his son, Carrion. He didn't know how to be a father. So if you don't know how to be something, yes, you can be intentional as well as ever, trying to be the best father that you want to be. But if you haven't worked on your trauma, if you haven't went to therapy and seek healing and try to break those generational curses, man, it's gonna spill over. But he did tell his son, this is the end of it. He did say that his son um in him what they have had tension for years, experienced a very public falling out when Carry On released audio of a heated conversation with his dad in 2021. Prior to the meeting shown in the documentary, it's been 2 years since they spoken. This is what Kirk said. My son is a beautiful soul. There are parts of his life that are his to share. I am very proud that I am seeing him in his own way, says Franklin. Stop short of detailing what all plagues their relationship. He is beginning to reveal and testify to his struggles, his own battles with certain things that have a times cost him. I know many young black men struggle with these same things, and he continues to get help and healing. He's going to help so many. He has me and his grandfather that will be there to help him in any way we can. After all the transpired this year, Franklin, who also father to daughters Carrington Kennedy and son Keziah with his wife Tammy, has been reflecting on his own experience as a dad. He said here, I have fathered out of fear the majority of my parenting life, he says, because of what I experienced. I was like, I'll be damned if I let my kids feel that type of pain. So a lot of time I overparented and overperformed, bought too many bicycles, ran off too many boyfriends, just wanting to protect. He folded all those experiences into his inspirational new gospel album, which will be coming out October the 1st, called Father's Day, which has a triple meaning. He explains the law line is what I miss, where I am, and what has always been. And after he's been through, even when I want to curse the sky, he says, I'm still built to believe. That's beautiful. So that is, um, that is the that is the basically sums up the little series. You know the story on, if you look on Kirk Franklin's YouTube, you'll look up Kirk Franklin Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story. It's all there. I left some things out, but I definitely want to, I do feel like, sometimes as parents we need to do better. Um, I do think that, we need to love our children no matter what. When my kids get 18, I ain't gonna tell them. I'm honestly, I'm not, because they're still gonna need guidance at 18, especially if they're wanting to go to college or go to the army or go do this or go do that. If they even just want to work, I'm gonna help. I'm not gonna say when you turn 18 you got to get out. I'm gonna help and guide my kids into this adulthood. I'm not gonna leave my kids out here hanging to dry. Um, I'm gonna make sure that I be the example as well for my children to, to be successful in life. And the stage it is like when I first watched that video, like yes, last night when I watched that video, that's why I couldn't go live, because it traumatized me. It made me just feel real bad, and I was, crying because, you don't know what people's story are. We all are human. Let me say that. Excuse me. We all are human, and we all have things that we have went through that make us who we are. But if it's things that we can work on, that to make us better, do that. If it's, what I'm saying, to, for this man to finally get to his truth and being intentional on making sure that, you know, his kids don't experience what he experienced, which is not love. Do y'all know what it feels like for a child to, if I don't know what it feels like, but, you know, I had it somewhat, but my heart goes out to any child that don't have that sense of belonging or don't feel love. If I would never want my kids to ever feel like I don't love them, that they are an inconvenience to me. I'm gonna guide my kids to success, even with no matter what. And I'm encouraging you all too, and I know y'all are, but I'm gonna guide my kids. I'm not gonna say when you 18 you got to get out. I'm not gonna do that to my children. I'm gonna guide them. They may make mistakes on the way. We all made mistakes growing up, but I ain't gonna leave them out there to dry. And I'm gonna teach my children, if you have things that are traumas that you are going through, then let somebody know. Childhood trauma is the worst to me. Childhood trauma is the worst trauma you could have, because it was not something that could be prevented if the parents did what they supposed to do. And that means Kirk Franklin parents, the mother was in denial about who she slept with. She don't want to be seen as the little girl that she is. She probably had trauma herself. She did. She probably had trauma herself, and she just said it was best for him to go with the lady in the church and let her raise him, and she continued to live her life. But do you know what that did for the little boy? Because this is what Kirk Franklin was telling his mama. He said, "This is the little boy Kirk." He did, telling his mama to accept the paternity test. Like he said, "This is the little boy Kirk that's talking to you." And the stage got a story. Let's read it. My dad went to prison. Oh my God. Hold on, girl. Let me read the story. Let me get myself together. Um, so Anastasia said, my dad went to prison when I was 11, right? After my mom died. And I didn't know till I was 17 when I went to my stepmom's wedding. And I was holding all her stuff, and he freaking called her phone. He, what? So you didn't know your mom passed away. Okay, okay, let me get it. That he was out of jail. So you didn't find out your father was out of jail. Hold on, let me get you. I'm trying to understand the child. My dad went to prison when I was 11, right after my mom died, and I didn't know till I was 17 when I still went to my stepmom's wedding that he was out, and I was holding all of her stuff, and he freaking called her phone. What? He didn't think of you in that situation to where he wanted to call and talk to you? Like, that's crazy, man. That's why I say everybody have different traumas. I know Anastasia, losing your mother at a young age, you know, let me get myself together. Woo. Look, emotional walls, emotional walls, emotional walls. Get them down. Um, Anastasia, I know that, you know, let me get it together. I know not having your mother in your life really, you know, wow, such a that's just you know, that's wrong. And then you know, you need it. You know, one thing about it, taking a loss the way that you took a loss at a young age of 11 years old, you lost your mother. Um, you needed your father. You needed your father to be there for you. You know, grieving your mother. Um, and I'm sorry that he wasn't there for you. You know, though I said we don't know what people go through. We don't. We don't know what people how things can affect us. Show up for your children. Show up for them. If I don't care about when it comes to my children, I don't care about a job. I can find another job. My children come first. Um, and that will matter. You need your father, even though you know you miss your mom's love, and you know, but your father needs to know that you know, in that moment while you were going through, you needed him. Um, you know, um, we need our parents. We need to, if we are parents, if you are a parent, he did 6 years right after you, baby, your mama. So you bought in at the age of 11, you lost both parents. What that did for your childhood, your teenage years, stepping stone. You lost your mother. You know, you lost your mother, but you also lost your father in a sense too, at your teenage stage in life. And he should have not whatever he did. He shouldn't have been a selfish like that to go to jail knowing in that need of time that you really needed your parents. You know, I'm glad that y'all have a relationship. I'm glad that you forgave him. That's what I'm saying. This is what for anything, God is love and I know we cuss and ain't nobody perfect, but that's what life is about. Life is about forgiveness, and it's also holding each other accountable. And that means being accountable for your actions. And even as yes, a lot of people feel like you shouldn't have boundaries or hold your parents accountable for the things they do and things they say because they are your parents. But your parents can be wrong too. And in this situation, Kirk Franklin, Mama was wrong. And he set a boundary for her accordingly. He did. And you have to, especially when you couldn't accept that you slept with a man, knowing that you did, and you was in a relationship with this man. Maybe she was older than him, and that's at that time that was considered SA, and she don't want to admit it. But baby, you ain't going to go to jail. It's over with now. He's 53 years old. Statute of limitations done ran out. Wow. And ain't that just wrong? That is so wrong. That is so wrong. And then you had to just go be with your stepmom because that was his, and she was, so your stepmom, so who raised, like, after he went to jail, where did you go after that? Did you stay with your stepmom? Like, wow, like, he fought for rights for you and then went to jail. So what was the point of him getting you if he knew he wasn't going to do right by you by being an active parent, not going to jail, not doing something that could cause and lead him to go to jail? That's me crazy to me. How you gonna take a child and then go to jail 3 months later? That means you just didn't want this child to be a part, this man to raise your child. So you try to raise your child, but you know you ain't living the right. You might as well let your child stay where they was at. I'm telling you, man, some of us parents can be very selfish. You know, boy, baby, I have been a bitter person. But I thank God for overcoming all that. I learned to forgive. I don't hold grudges no more. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You know how people expose people all on social media and stuff? No. I have learned that doesn't mean anything. That don't mean nothing. Just putting people in your business that don't need to be in your business. That's it. Wow. So you live with your stepmama for a year. Then now you had to live with your uncle because my grandmama couldn't take me and she had the power of attorney over me. Lord have mercy. Your dad failed you, and I'm sorry. He really failed you. So, you know, that's why I said, I always try. I just feel like, you know, be there for your children.
Can I get you my
No. Go ahead. I don't know what y'all got going on. Yes. And I'm one of those people, man, I be trying to hold grudges against people. And this what gets me. This what gets me. Myself, I have became to the point where I'll just forgive, but if you really have done me wrong, I'll always forgive, but it'll never be the same. It'll never be, you know what I'm saying? You will never get the same me again. I know, like, there is going to be a boundary between me and you because of this, if it's that bad. But if it's something that's, ain't that bad, but then you realize life's too short, man, to be holding on to grudges. Life's too short to sit up here and hold on to a grudge towards someone for no reason. Because you allow toxic people in your life that don't know that ain't dealt with their childhood trauma, and they just projecting all of that. And my mom and daddy wasn't there for me. All that in you, and I'm a kind of like a fixed kind of person. So I be trying to show them love and stuff like that. But I am now. I'm just to the point, man. We have to accept people for where they at. Accept people where they at. And if it don't work, man, it don't work. I'm just to the point, man. I'm not. We can't. We can. We can't force situations. And I'd be damned if I try to anymore. But I know I can forgive, move on. Whatever is best is best. I'm not going to continue. Will always, I always have been a forgiving person. But it's very sad that the people that are most forgiving, if they are held to a higher standard. People like me that are very forgiving, that will give people chances. We are hold at a higher standard than from the person that act like they can't forgive. They act like they can't get past certain stuff. So they act like they can't forgive nobody. So they sit there and hold on to grudges instead of learning how to forgive, move on, and learn from the experience and know what not to and just do better. You know? Yes, it is. I don't want to hold grudges in my heart towards people. I don't like what was my hardest year? Um Back in, like I said, I hate to mention them, but I forgive them. Like I ain't got nothing against them. Period. You know, um, but I just know they won't never it won't never be a friendship. But and then um, with what I went through with my kid's father, how he did me, I ain't going back through that. But I forgive him, and I know he'll never have me. You know, I know that it'll always be a co-parenting situation. And it's other things that I have forgiven myself. You have to forgive yourself too sometimes. I have forgiven myself for things or allowing people to do certain things to me. And I have to forgive myself. I'm learning all this, y'all. I'm learning to just be a forgiving person. You have to be. Because if not, you're going to live a miserable life. And it's really is some miserable people out here in this world that live in this world that's probably watching me right now. Well, go watch me. And I want to encourage you because life's too short to be sitting up here miserable. Enjoy life. Y'all, like I said, yesterday we were supposed to talk about mental health, and I discovered in me that through therapy, because I still do my therapy when I'm able to, and I'll talk to my therapist, and I'm telling her about some of the things that I've been going through, and I was telling her that be getting anxious, and when I fall out with people, I get anxious. I overthink. I be living in my head, and I just be over processing everything. And she was like, Monica, she was telling me that I have severe anxiety, and she said that I have to learn not to try to process everything or think what everybody else thinks. Go, no, what y'all do? Get a towel.
Okay, there's one.
Big towel, please. And get out my room, please. Y'all just, jeez. Y'all just tear up my room. Somebody get ready to take a bath and go to bed. But yeah, I have, I deal with anxiety, and it really, you know what I'm saying. I didn't know what it was when I used to get nervous or think bad things happen, and I just get very anxious and I can't eat. Just can't. And she did give me tools to um she did give me tools to use to you know to know how to respond to situations that arise in my life that you know easy for me to be triggered, like how I get, like if something happens, instead of me just automatically responding to stuff like going off, how to deal with that. Because me, I always go to the negative first before I go to even try to filter out the situation. Baby, I'm going already off, and I want to be better than that. I want to be a very positive person, for real. I want to be intentional about my anxiety and not letting it get the best of me and not overthinking and always in my head and always thinking negative or trying to sabotage situations in my life. Exactly. And I'm like that, and that's what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a while to forgive myself for certain situations, but I have learned that, I'm learning that, you know what I'm saying? I got to give myself a break, just like I give everybody else. It's okay to know that I am human and I make mistakes. And see, that's what I told someone today. I'm like, we are human. We're going to make mistakes, man. And when we realize that we are human, we'll know that we all go through stuff. It's just how you go about changing it. I ain't asking no one thing I ain't never asked. I'm not gonna ask nobody to change themselves. You feel like you fine, you fine. But me, if I know it's something that I need to work on, I'm gonna work on it and I'm gonna work towards getting better at it. Like, I'm not a great communicator. I'm gonna be better at communicating. I'm a overthinker. I'm gonna try to do better at not overthinking. I have anxiety. I'm gonna use my tools to not react, not use my emotions, breathe through everything, and then respond. And just analyze the situation before I respond to something negative. Like, a lot of people don't believe in therapy. Some people feel like they don't need therapy, but it helping me. I had for the last 2 weeks I was dealing with something off the scene because I overreacted on the situation, and I started beating myself up about it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to live in my head and get the wheels turning. And you know what I'm saying? Because when my wheels turn, baby, my wheels are turning. Because, baby, I'm thinking of every scenario and I'm thinking about what you may be thinking, her may be thinking, what you may have told somebody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It might sound a little crazy, but I ain't crazy. My therapist said I wasn't. She said I'm just an overthinker and I get anxiety about it. But and I just, like I said, I have been through so much in my 38 years of life that I have let the wrong people into my life. And they sometimes, you know what I'm saying, if I see something that seems familiar, I be like, hell no, I ain't finna, you ain't finna, that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see it and I feel like it is what it is, instead of scoping out the situation, asking, being a healthy communicator, just say, you know what, in this instance, I'm gonna ask, instead of jumping to conclusions. And baby, and me, I will jump to one. I will step into one and be like, I'm done. I don't even care no more. But that's not cool to be that way. You'll drive people away, and I don't want to drive my friends and stuff away because that ain't cool. It is cool to have people in your life and healthy relationships and stuff like that in your life. But I do agree, Anastasia, that forgiving ourselves is one of the hardest things. But once you learn how to know that you're human and that the other person, that other people are human, and they ain't nobody perfect but that man right there, you'll realize that, hey, this is just a learning experience for me. That means it's something that I have to work on. You just know the next time to respond to something different. But what? It was weird. You just have a therapist, but at the end of the 6 weeks, what type of family therapy is that? Is that it was? What did your grandmama put you in? Like, when you're mourning. So they just wanted you to. What did y'all talk about? The passing of your mother, or it was just a therapist that asked how you feeling, I'm all right. Well, all right, then I'll holler at you. It was that kind of therapist, child, because sound like what you're talking about is that kind of therapist, not, wondering that, how do you feel about, that's what's transpiring in your life. Let me see. It was teach. Oh, really? And what it made well, let me ask you a question. Did it teach you how to let go? It was horrible. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. Like, but therapists are human too. Shoot. Like what I like about my therapist, she is so relatable. She is so relatable. And she just say she'll say she said, Monica, baby, you're human. She was like, and girl, sometimes people do need to be cussed out. Girl, sometimes people do need to be ignored. And she also tell me it's okay to give boundaries to people too. She was like, but girl, sometimes you just have to let a person know. But she said it's just the way you communicate it, Monica. Cause baby, I may fly off the hinges. And then you ain't gonna like me no more. And I'm not trying to be that person. So that's why I say I want to be a healthy communicator. I want to respond to things that arise in my life differently. Um, that's what I want to be. I want to be a very positive person. I don't, and I don't want to be a overthinker. Period. Um, and if you struggling with something, what I'm saying, be intentional about changing that behavior. That's what I say. You ain't got to seek therapy. Just, know that, if it's something that you're dealing with and you want to change it, um, the best thing for you to do is, I feel like, is just be intentional on how you respond and how, if you want to change it, be intentional. If you're in a dark place, be intentional of getting out of that dark place. And that means seeking therapy, going out, going out in the sun, not laying in the bed, thinking about whatever it is that got you down. And that's same for me. I've been down for the last 2 weeks. I've been down, feeling down, overthinking, but I didn't want to be in that dark place. I did not want to be in that dark place. So I'm learning how to rise up. I'm rising up out of that. And usually I be so ashamed. Like usually people be, I used to be, some people be ashamed of talking about what they go through in life, man. But that's what makes me me. Some people are afraid to talk about what they struggle with because of fear of being judged. And I fear being judged too, but at this time I don't give a damn. I don't, because I've been through a lot in life. And God is the last judge, because we all have shit that we need to work on. Just because you ain't putting your shit out there don't mean you ain't going through nothing. Oh no. So they really didn't. There really was just you. Yeah, they might have been using you as an experiment. Experiment. I would try therapy. I would. I would try therapy. No, I do virtual. I do virtual. It's through my job. Like, I thought my job just paid for 6 weeks. My job pays for 6 weeks per issue that you have, child. And me, I'm still having to I'm still working on, like I said, I'm having issues. So every issue that arises in my, like, if my kids go through something, they get free counseling. If I'm still going through something, I get free counseling. Every problem. And I go virtual. And my therapist available Sunday through Saturday. And she's very relatable. She's kind. She gives you tools, and she recognizes. Yes. Like that's why I said every time that I going through something, I ain't ashamed to go talk to her. I'd rather for somebody that paid to keep my confidential than talk to a motherfucker that don't get on Facebook acting a goddamn fool. Let me say this for real. And a lot of people may not believe that, but sitting here on YouTube and on Facebook acting a goddamn fool about a situation and people just want to go along with it or they'll try to help you, but you still ain't feeling satisfied or talk to somebody that's paid for your confidentiality and you tell them about what you're going through. It's because if I'm not saying that people won't give you good advice. Reese, you done missed it all, child. No, you did not come here about the time about to end this live. Jayla, y'all go. One of y'all take a bath. Girl, I text you. Reese, I text you. I surely did. Jay, do what I asked you to do. That's all right. You got to catch that playback. Um, but we're just sitting here talking right now. We're talking about forgiveness and things we're doing to try to keep ourselves positive and keep our mental. We talked about Kirk Franklin. You want to give your thoughts on that, Reese? If you can. Did you, child? I got to throw my clothes in the dryer, so I get it. Go take a bath. Um, but it is what it is. But you sure missed the whole conversation, child.
No. No!
Look, get on. Hold on a minute, y'all. Too. Um, yeah, so like I'm scared this mic gonna mess up. But yeah, I am grateful that he's on the mend with his relationship. I hope that, I think that hopefully and pray that they'll come in full circle, you know. I don't know what y'all heard or whatever. Y'all can't hear me? Dang. And that's what I need to do. Oh, and that's what I need for me to do too. Like, it's never a time, y'all. Oh, y'all want to hear the last part? This girl get on my nerves. Um, um, like, um, like it's like I do know I need time to myself. I need time to, just to calm, to relax. And it's hard for me to do that when you have children and then you don't get a lot of me time. I don't get a lot of me time, y'all. Only when I'm working, really. Um, and you know what I'm saying, unless I stay up late on a Friday on at night, but I got to clean up the house and then I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's not, so maybe I need to be intentional about having some me time and some free time. I this is what I did while I was sitting there waiting on Jayla. I did write in my phone note a just a little journal myself to think about, mentally what I was going through in that moment, and it helped me. Though I said, when I have time to do that, I'll do that. And but y'all, I swear to God, sometimes, with having so much to do, I guess I need to be intentional of writing down or listening to positive things and, not just getting down in my spirit. Um, so so anything that, you know, sorry. So I know it's things that I do need to work on. If we need something to work on, just work on it. I'm getting sleepy, and I gotta force these kids to bed because they ain't gonna want to go. But I enjoyed y'all tonight. Y'all, I got one more day of freeness before my next classes start. So I will be live tomorrow, probably at Jamel practice or afterwards talking, and then back to school and hopefully hopefully macro. I'm taking macroeconomics and something else, but I know I got to do a lot of journal writing. I know you give me a lot of essentials, girl, and I need to get something. I'm so sick of them. They take like school be wearing this J line. They may take a nap. Jamel had the nerve to try to take a nap while I'm over there waiting on Jamel. No, you're not, bro. You finna go do them schoolwork. No, you're not gonna take a nap trying like to get out of the write your multiplication fact and all that. No, you're not. We gonna have to have something. I don't want to get in trouble for overdosing them or something. They so horrible. They are horrible. These kids are horrible sometimes. They be fighting. And then yesterday, y'all remember Saturday, Jayla had all them nails, doing all this, doing all that, doing all this. Get where they at now. Get where I got them at now. How much? Where y'all think the nails at now? What? Get out. Where y'all think them nails at now? That she was. Oh, look at my nail. Look at my nail. Okay. Y'all know where they at, right? Where y'all think they at? Huh? Get out. Baby, got on my nerves. No, they ain't on the floor, baby. They were, but now they in the trash. I like, girl, ain't no way. Uh-uh. No, baby. They swept up in the trash as of yesterday evening before I went to bed. They did not like. She said, Anastasia's trying to join the kid. Hey, if you want that free time, she said, you want that free time, you gonna have to do something. Hold on, y'all. I don't want y'all to see her. There you go. If y'all want that free time, uh, y'all want that free time, you better get some little bit of 1 milligram ain't gonna hurt nobody. 1 milligram ain't gonna hurt nobody. Baby, these some say the nurse say, are you gonna buy me some more nails? Because you ran out of glue. Because you ran out of glue. Um, okay. Mm. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, child. My, like I said, baby, as soon as this one head hit the pillow, it's over for her. Child, my kids ain't finna drink no tea. And y'all know what? No, Dunkin' Donuts have the refreshers, right? Um, uh, oh my God, Anastasia, girl, I wake up, I hear footsteps in chips. I hear a bag of chips at 2:12, 11:30 at night. Go to bed. 12 o'clock. Go in the refrigerator. Go to bed. I'm like, if Jamel don't take his to bed, you sleeping too? Child, I am too. I'm finna get off him. You did not lie, girl. It's so hard to get that boy to go to bed. Don't come up in here on this line like that. Go. Yeah, but don't come turn around right there. I think you like attention. I'm about to give you some attention that you really ain't gonna like. So I'm advising you to turn around and go somewhere, go to bed. There you go. Go put you some shorts on and go to bed.
Mom, you gotta put some cream on me.
Huh? Okay, go get the Vaseline. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go handle Jada because she want to be seen on this live, knowing that they'll be considered child nudity. I'm, I know, girl. I'm about to tell y'all about what happened to my car. It gonna be fixed though, but I gotta tell y'all what happened to my car. Thank God for full coverage, and I pray that they cover the rest. I know. Um, but y'all, I was asleep. I was half-ass asleep. Oh, she done took a bath, girl. She, for some reason my children don't like to dry off in the bathroom. I tell them all the time, dry off on the mat in the bathroom. Stop tracking water up. Jamel may run out and try to watch football wet, floor all wet. Ooh, child. She goes there right now. Oh, Jesus, I'm sleeping. And y'all, it seems like the winter coming around in Mountain quick. Um, um, child. Jamel, take a bath. Um, hold on, y'all.
Mom, Mom, are these kind of like blue jeans? Mom, 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 are these kind of like blue jeans?
I don't know.
Cause they look like blue jeans.
I know. Me too. Child. Yeah, y'all know I done told Jamel. Excuse me, y'all. Like, y'all know I done told Jamel that um um I have to say it 5,000 times until he actually take a bath. He ain't got in the tub yet, but I'm gonna watch him say this again. Jamel, go take a bath. Now, I done said that one more time, and I literally had to get up. Probably had to get up in about 2-3 minutes when I get off this live and force him to take a bath. Why kids act like they don't want to take a bath sometimes? I don't know. But you can walk around be feeling sour and funky. Child, it's a no for me. Um, um, whew. Y'all. Then we got Jamel has a home game Saturday, so we'll be doing that. And then y'all, it look like this weekend passed really, really, really fast. Anyway, do y'all want like Reese know the story about my car? So I'm gonna tell y'all. I shouldn't put it on the real YouTube, but I did like accidentally scrub my car a little bit. I did not know that cars now are made of such plastic. Um, Cars nowadays are made of plastic. They are not made. I know he's gonna have to do something. He'll be standing in the tub singing and stuff. If you don't, um, if you don't go take a bath, I know something. I done told him Um, several times to go take a bath. Y'all done heard me tell him to go take a bath. Jamel, go take a bath. Go take a bath. Now, girl, sometimes I had to stand at the door and tell him to move the shower curtain just to make sure he take a bath. Like I really want to take the tub out and just put a shower in there. Um, yeah, Jamel was a little sour today. I was like, boy, you took a bath yesterday. You gonna take a bath today?
Mama, look at this tray.
I know.
I'm going to church.
I know.
I like that.
Um,
I like that. But I
I'm gonna have to get off the line. They ain't gonna go to bed till I get off the line. But anyway, I heard that who don't want to take a bath. It's some men that do that though. It's some men that will not take a bath. Like on the weekend, some men they get the busy and stuff. They go take a bath. Jamel, go take a bath. Go take a bath. Man, sound like a cat. Anastasia. You said she don't watch her up. She stay child. The kids don't be look. Kids getting musty earlier than we were. Like when we got to about third grade, we were wearing deodorant, baby. My baby, y'all been wearing deodorant since she been in pre-K. Cause that little girl would be no, it was kindergarten. Jayla was busting child. Then I had the nerve to buy some Dove deodorant. Child, no, it wasn't Degree. Yeah, it was Dove. I'm gonna get her some gentle Dove, child.
Mom, why did I make this jacket?
Um,
It's blue.
Kids get a little more mustard nowadays. Yeah, it's time for the switch. It is, because I done told his little tale. So I gave her some Dove deodorant, y'all. I swear for Lord. I swear for Lord. Baby, my baby come home musty as a goat. I'm like, Jayla, what the hell you doing? I'm like, Jayla, why are you coming? Now, I don't see you to school musty. Coming to home smelling like you ain't had a lick of deodorant on. So I said, let me try the Dove soap one day. Baby, one day I tried that Dove soap. And child, that Dove soap didn't last on me no more than 2 hours, and I was musty as a goat. I said, this is the problem right here. The Dove deodorant. So I don't recommend Dove deodorant to anyone unless they have uh a low body count, smell count, and then you're not plus size or anything because baby, Dove deodorant ain't it get you some degree. But I had to buy Jayla like some it's called Dr. Teal. Some Dr. Teal, baby. The special kind that is like $5, $6. That's her deal. It costs a lot. Um, yep, that's what Jamel has. I give Jamel Arm and Hammer, and I give Jayla Dr. Teal's the she has sensitive skin. And it's a little scented, but that's the only thing that will work for her. That Dr. Teal, only thing, and she don't come home must. And I use Arm and Hammer for Jamel. And see, ain't nothing wrong with degree. I've been using degree all my life. That's all I use is degree. Um, that's all I rather have anyways. Degree. I tried to do the secret, but baby, secret was secret. So baby, I had to let that go too. Trying to be cheap, baby, by that dollar secret. Baby, no. Secret was telling my little secret because I was monster. Then when I was working at the school, broke, you know, and I was just trying to be cheap. And I was trying to, hold the house down. So I said, let me just do secret. Child, this secret wasn't lasting long on me. I was must. So I was like, child, no. Um, so yeah, don't get secret and don't do Dove. But Arm and Hammer is good. Degree is good. And if you have secrets, your children have sensitive skin, Dr. Teal's has deodorant that works perfect. Me too, girl. Look, me too, girl. Baby, secret wasn't secret. Oh, y'all, I gotta tell y'all. So this is see maybe TMI. So have y'all ever used Nair? Like have y'all ever used Nair? Um, oh, I don't use Irish Spring either. I use Dove because my kids Dove or that's all I buy is Dove. I don't like how Irish Spring smell no more. Now we used to use it back in the day. I dial dial um, but uh, but I don't use Irish Spring. Dove is the best kind you can use for soap if you have sensitive skin. You love your carpet, child. I can't do carpet, child. Not with these bad children I got.
We used to have a carpet, and it was so bad on the recent.
What do you use recent?
Mom, come on.
Go to bed.
Mom, you can ask me about
I use Aveeno. Aveeno have their own soap. I know Aveeno is for like I used it one time for Jalen when she had a breakout.
Mama.
Um,
I have a breakout now.
hmm?
Breakout now.
Girl, go to
What's a
bed.
breakout?
Go get you put some deodorant on your chest and your arm.
I want another thing.
And then go to bed. Because I'm gonna get in this live because that's the only way you gonna seem like you gonna go to bed. I'll be live tomorrow, y'all. We gonna chat it up. I think I enjoyed y'all. I missed y'all so much, man. It's just accounting was whooping my ass. But I did end up with a B in accounting and an A in my other class. But baby, I don't want to do accounting no more. And don't ask me to work in your accounting department either. I ain't be able to do it.
Mom, you see my chest?
Yeah, that's why you need to go put on the bra. Your little training bra. Don't put it on.
So like,
yeah.
Why would you put it right here?
Don't put it under your arm, Jayla.
Don't put it under my arm.
Yeah.
Don't put it under my arm.
Yeah. Okay, so
Don't.
Do y'all use Nair for your pubes?
No.
Jayla, why you putting on deodorant before you go to bed? Go put your little thing on and go to bed.
Oh.
Yeah. Child, I have to put. Okay, I might have to use that, baby, because I use some Nair. Like, usually I just shave my stuff off and use a little soap or whatever. But my black ass is some Nair. I said, man, I'm tired of having his hair. So I said, I'm gonna try to. Shit. It was, child, why y'all didn't tell me don't put too? I think I was allergic, y'all. My poo poo swelled up. Oh my God, it swelled up. You love my carpet. No, baby. I did, Maurice. I did, child. Child. Oh my God. I put it like, cause like I had a lot, like, and so I said, let me try to shave, so you know what I'm saying. And child, I used that down there. I ain't never again. I said I will buy a razor and just shave it off. It feels good now because it's not as sweaty down there. But yeah, I am bald now, baby. But baby, that never burned the first day. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, baby. I had got a towel, got it wet, tried to put it down there, cause girl, it was burning. Oh, woo. I said, this is burning. Like I think I put too much. I said, I ain't doing it no more. I ain't doing it no more. I swear to God, I ain't doing it no more. You use Clippers treasure, child. Well, I tell you this, I ain't using it no more. But it got me. Look, that hair got to moving real quick, baby. As soon as I wiped with a towel, it was a towel full of hair. I wiped again, towel full of hair. Child, baby, gone. Well, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Usually I just shave it. But you know what I'm saying? Usually I haven't did that in a few years, but I said I wanted to, try something different, try to be a little bald because I'm doing something a little different. I did read the direction. It said, don't put, if you have a lot, you need to apply. Listen, that. No, I would like to try that though. Listen, listen, Reese. Look, though I have not had it waxed, but I would like a Brazilian wax, baby, just screaming and shit. Um, it probably got little hands down there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what they said. It said on it, and I can go get it. I can go get it in the closet. I put it away from my children. I might just throw it in the trash. So, um, so it said, what? Uh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Um, well, never mind. I'm gonna do my own. None of that, child. Um, but um, so I did read the instructions recent. And it says just put a little bit out because it was like in a deodorant tube. Listen, and and so she said use a little bit. So I used a little bit, and then I sat there for. They said wait 7 minutes. So I waited 7 minutes. It really wasn't coming off. So I was like, you know what? Do not go get your bottle. Do not go get your bottle. Do not go get your bottle because I'm sitting here trying to tell my story. So he said, wait 7 minutes. I was on my lunch break. So I said, okay. So I got hair under. So I did it under my under my area with my little pooch stomach, and I did that, and then all of a sudden I started wiping. Then I did it between the little crevices between your thighs and your little pee pee. Child, forget the test spot, baby. I put it all the way up to the top front. Child, the next thing you know, everything just the creases, all the creases were burning. The creases were burning. The creases were burning. It's still working, still hot. It do something. It's still hot, baby. It still get wet. But baby, at that time though, my stuff was like thriving. I was like, oh, and then I had to go back to work too. I was like, oh my God, it's burning. And I'm sitting there trying to talk to customers. I was like, oh, why I do this? Oh. I was like, oh, why I do this? I had found a towel, a cold towel, I put it over there between my legs and just, they said, I read the story, they said if you put a cool towel down there, they'll help a little bit with the burning. I had Googled it. But I tell you. Y'all don't laugh at me. My hair grow back no time soon. Well, I still got some stubs up there, baby. I still got some stubs. I still feel a little, I didn't do too good of a job because I still got a little hair. Nah. You did, girl. Woo! And I was drinking water, trying to cut that Lord. Woo! Put the water bottle down there. I was like, Lord, this ain't it. Mm-mm. You put it on your arm. Then I got a little hair on my arm. My crazy tail didn't even think about my arm, but I don't think I needed to no way. I done did too much. It do. Let me take my ass back because I gotta get up at 5:45 and I gotta straighten up. So y'all, good night. We'll talk tomorrow, y'all. We'll talk about 2 hours. So good night, peace. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Good night. And we'll talk about Nair tomorrow, okay? We may have something else may be going on tomorrow, okay? Good night.